Well, a federal judge in Texas issued a ruling today declaring the DACA program illegal. The decision applies nationwide. KTVU's Jana Katsuyama here now with what this means for young immigrants waiting for DACA protection. Jana.
Andre, this ruling does not affect DACA recipients who already obtained a work permit, but it does put a stop to any new applications. I talked with an Oakland DACA recipient who says his sister is devastated. Her application was just weeks away, he said, from being approved. The ruling by the federal judge in Texas now puts hundreds of thousands of young immigrants on uncertain ground. U.S. District Judge Andrew Hanen declared the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA program, was illegally created and did not follow proper procedure. The lawsuit was filed by Texas in a coalition with 8 other states that said DACA forced them to bear costs of health care, education, and social services.
I think more than anything what this new ruling highlights is the need for there to be permanent solutions, not just for DACA recipients and those quote unquote dreamers, but also for TPS holders, right? Also for farm workers, for essential workers.
Juan Prieto of Oakland is one of some 650,000 DACA recipients who have received protection. The program was set up in 2012 to protect undocumented immigrants from deportation and allow them to work if they were brought to the U.S. as children, have pursued an education or military service, and have no criminal record. Hundreds of thousands more have applied, including Prieto's brother and sister.
My 2 siblings actually were waiting for their biometric appointments, which was supposed to happen in 2 weeks. A lot of us who have received DACA know that once you do your biometrics, it's only 3 weeks after that you actually receive your work permit.
Prieto says his sister just graduated from UC Riverside.
Her whole life is on pause now. Her whole trajectory of all the things she had worked for is now having to be put on halt.
Some immigration advocates are considering an appeal, but that could have risks.
The trade-off is whether you try and appeal through hostile waters, because the Fifth Circuit has indicated that this is not their favorite program before this, and then of course you'd have to face the Supreme Court.
UC Hastings law professor David Levine says the judge instead pointed to a legislative fix.
The better road, and partially what the judge was taking into account, is for perhaps Homeland Security to make some changes, but in particular for Congress to finally do something in this area.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi issued a statement today calling on Republicans to join Democrats in passing bipartisan immigration reform. The House passed legislation back in March to give DACA youth a path to citizenship, but it's currently stalled in the Senate, where Democrats hold a slimmer majority. Reporting live, Jana Katsuyama, KTVU, Fox 2 News.